Good evening, my friends. I had someone ask about working with intrusive images and thoughts, which is really common with limbic impairment. So I want to address that tonight briefly. The number one thing to know about intrusive thoughts and images is that it's just an expression of stress chemistry and the brain feeling unsafe. If you're in stage one, and most of the time with this sort of thing, the only thing it requires is that you create boundaries with it. That's it. Just basically your attention being, and really being very non-reactive and non-responsive, non-emotionally reactive when you have images or thoughts pop into your mind, whether it's as you're going throughout your day or specifically like when you're trying to do a practice round or elevate your mood. Just be like, yep, no, we're not doing that. Like very nonchalant. Yep, no, that's not important. That's not a threat. I don't need to pay attention to that. And just redirecting back to a positive focus, going back to whatever it was you were doing before it came in. Keep redirecting to something positive. It's just a matter of, we're just not doing that. It's pretty simple, just creating a boundary and not having a really exaggerated, oh my goodness, I can't believe that image or that thought is happening in my mind. What's wrong with me? That's so extreme. There must be something like really severely wrong with me if I'm having these images or these thoughts come into my head, because they tend to be pretty dark and can be pretty unsettling. There can be a lot of very, very unsettling things of many different kinds that come into our minds when we're really activated. So know that that's normal. It's nothing to be concerned about. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just something that happens when we have a lot of stress chemistry in the brain and we're feeling chronically unsafe due to limbic system impairment and a dysregulated nervous system. It's just part of the process, part of the territory. There's a couple of, for later stage or just a higher understanding of why this happens. One of the biggest things is when we have limbic impairment, the natural boundaries that occur between your higher functioning brain and your subconscious mind and the kind of more, almost like the deep dark ocean of just unconscious, existence inside of you. It's like there's not walls where there's meant to be walls. And so you can have intrusive memories, thoughts, images, you name it, but it's just like all the things that are meant to stay in the unconscious or subconscious mind. Either they're not integrated or they're just like floating around in your conscious mind where they're not meant to be. And it's really quite simple what's going on. Sometimes it's the brain trying to protect you by giving you an escape, especially if it's suicidal ideation or things along those lines. It's trying to help you find an expression or an escape for your current experience. And that can be also just other disturbing things like violent thoughts and things like that. Can be a way your brain is trying to help you figure out how to get some of the discomfort inside of you out somehow or escape from it somehow. The last thing is just perpetuating the chemical state that you're in. So if you're already in an aggravated state, then the more you have disturbing thoughts or images in your mind, the easier it is for your brain to keep you in a state where you're feeling really aggravated, upset, and disturbed, and in stress chemistry. So again, no big deal. Focus on minimizing it, responding calmly, and refocusing on something positive, and just a lot of repetition. Just like a small child needs a lot of repetition with learning that like this is when we do bedtime or mealtime or bath time, and we always wear our underwear in the house, and I don't know, just all the random flush the toilet. Like it takes a lot of repetition. If you're a parent, you'll know that to get those rules to be wired in takes a lot of very conscious and purposeful repetition. So know that with repetition, this experience will be a thing of the past. And it's, my heart goes out to you if you're in this, because I've experienced a tremendous amount of this. That was, intrusive thoughts were really one of the main expressions of my limbic activity that got things ramping for me. So I have a lot of experience. It's not a fun place to be. So you have all my compassion as you go through this, and just know that it's not here to stay. It's just a matter of repetition and rewiring, and you will be able to experience life as just a feeling like a normal whole human being, and nothing will trigger these types of things. You'll just feel completely normal. So just persist and know that total normalcy is waiting for you.